So the mix I'm going to use today is this guard-on record as a base mix, which is pretty standard for this river, no matter what the levels are. To that, turbo, colour depending on the clarity of the water. The colours come out over the weekend, so I'm going to add a bit of dark to it. So that's sort of 50-50. And also, what I tend to do, if the water is more warm, I add a bit of caramel. But as the water getting colder, I rather it a bit more spicy and add more hemp. So this is the crushed hemp, and I don't want it active because of the amount of small fish in here, and it just helps with creating the consistency to get all the particles in, because I have it quite over wet as such, but claggy, so you can get a lot of gear in there. Not feeding too much of it, but getting a lot of particle in. And that's the way I sort of fish the pole here. Because when you're adding a lot of loose feed, yeah, the fish do like it, but you can feed it a different way to stop all the small fish, because there's a lot of bleak in this river. So this is what I do. I just make it as heavy as I can, but still tacky enough to put in, you know, 2 or 3 pints of casters, and he'll hold it all together without breaking apart. And this is what you can do with this. Because it's quite a heavy mix, you're going to need a lot of water with it. So this is going to take probably another 2 to 3, need to leave it for a bit, another 2 to 3 sessions, put more water on it. And then once you're sort of there, depending whether or not you're going to use soil or not, today I probably won't bother because the peg's only like 6 foot. And you need to compensate for that by making it a little bit more wet, only a slight, and then add the soil to it. And then if you're using any sort of additives, then powdered additives, that's when I like to use them instead of, because I think if you put them in at the start, it just gets absorbed by everything else. So if you want some caramel or whatever, when your mix is right, put it in then. See, it just floats down the river and gets all the fish coming in, because it's more potent, I think. So I don't know if you can pick that up. It's starting to get a bit claggy, that. And that's how I fish it. Because you can pack loads of casters and hemp. I don't tend to feed many maggots with it when I'm fishing for roach and things on the bottom. You can get just a lot of gear in it. And I just come and sit on it and just plunder them then as you choose. perch, I think. So the session has gone as I thought it was, really. To start off with, there's plenty of small roach, up to about 150 gram, all directly on top of the ground bait. All directly on top. But as we've gone on, whereas I was cupping rich balls in quite regular, it's been better to throw a little ball just like this, still very hard, and the fish have been coming to that a bit more consistently. Quite a small one that, but sometimes you catch some little chub who sort of come in and basically try to attack the balls, and then as we go down the peg you can catch some perch, maybe up to 1 kilo, but they are down below the roach. A couple of red maggots on a hook still seems to be best, because there's not many there, but there are some bleak, which in turn are just smashing your casters, and then you've got to bring them back in and rebait and just slowing things down. So a couple of maggots on the hook is still proving to be the best. But if I had the choice, a single caster seems to be good for the bigger roach, because they're a bit more gentle, and then they prefer the single baits, I think. But it's just too many smaller fish there at the moment. Everything's come over, every fish more or less has come right over the top of the ground bait. Pristine little things like that. A couple of perch. And yeah, it's been a nice day. It's been a lovely day, really, considering it's early on in the season and that. But I think that's the last fish now, is it? Let's go and see what we caught, is it?
Yeah. The proper net of fish, that.
All caught over, record golden turbo.